Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Barry and this is Sensualize. And today we're looking at some fragrances and colognes by Tessa Williams. So there's been a lot of rumblings recently about an up and coming fragrance house, which is Tessa Williams. So it's a range of fragrances based around the elements, but she's also done fragrances based around the Testament. She also does candles and some other great products. If anybody's not aware who Tessa Williams is, she's an author. She's written a few books, including one called Cult Perfumes. She's also done one called Hotels of the Stars. So she does quite a few things at the moment. So as well as the colognes and perfumes, she also does a home sprays range and also some candles. I thought I would get in touch with her, ask if she could send me some samples, which she was happy to do. She sent me a nice little brochure with all the details, explaining some of the things, including the books, and then there was a little thing just on each fragrance, which I think was really good. She also gave me a couple of nice messages which I thought were lovely, nice and personal. You always like that when you're dealing with smaller brands. So down to the main thing, which is the fragrances. So I got sent 5 samples. So she asked me what I wanted to try. I wanted to try the Fire and Earth from the Elements range, and I also wanted to try Faith from the New Testament range, because I'd heard a lot of good things about that, and I think the New Testament range were the first fragrances that she released, but she included a couple of others in there as well. She included Love and Water as well. So in the Elements range there's 4 altogether. That's Fire, Earth, Air and Water. So I don't have the Air, but I've heard a lot of good things about that as well. And in the New Testament range there's Faith, Love and Hope. So I have Faith and Love here. So I'll let you know my thoughts on all 5 of these fragrances. So I've had a few days when I've been trying these out. Luckily I've got quite a few spaces on my arms to try different things out. And so it's not my first impressions because I have been trying these, but it's my initial thoughts on them really. So the first one we'll look at is Fire. I'll just respray it just to remind me. Now, my friend Scott over at the Centurion, he did a full review on this and it's well worth checking out. So as it would suggest, this Fire, now what I'll do, I'll put the pictures of the bottles up on the screen. That's what the sample came like with the Fire on it. So as it would suggest, it's quite smoky, which is probably down to the incense. It's quite woody, which I really enjoy the woodiness of it, and it's got a really sweet undertone to it, which I presume is like vanilla or something that's in there. But the one thing that it reminds me of, and I recently picked this up, so straight away when I smelled it I thought, oh, that really reminds me. It's not, I'm not saying it's exactly the same, I'm not saying the same quality juice is used, but it reminded me of By the Fireplace by Mason Margiela. It's got that smokiness to it, and then there's like a sweet undertone. So straight away I was impressed, really enjoyed it. So that was a thumbs up from me. So the next one I want to talk about is Earth. Now, I've got no preconceptions of what this was going to smell like. Now, for me, an earthy smell is something like Gaia, which is by Centauri Perfumes, which has got the patchouli, it's got like a mossy smell to it, that sort of thing. Now this surprised me, and it reminded me of something straight away. Let me just give it a quick spray. Now these Elements range are colognes, but this one seemed to last quite a while for a cologne. But it surprised me because it's got a really nice orangeness to it, and it reminded me straight off of one of my favourite scents, and that's Terre de Hermes. Once again, I'm not saying it's the same scent, and it's probably a softened version. I was discussing this with somebody else, and I haven't smelt the Terre de Hermes Très Fresh, but I can imagine this to be more down that route. But it's definitely got the spices and the vetiver, along with that orangeness which you get with the Terre de Hermes. And I suppose you could say Terre de Hermes is a bit earthy. So yeah, but I really like that one as well. Whether I'd buy it, or whether I'd buy either of those, I probably wouldn't, because with me already having those two fragrances that I've got, they're along the same sort of lines. But once I finish them bottles, I could be like going to them ones instead. So the next one I talk about is water. Now, this is the last one that I've got in the Elements range. The one that I haven't got is air. And this one surprised me again. It's got, I was expecting an aquatic sort of vibe, but the citruses surprised me a bit. There's quite a citrusy upfront punch in this, which I really enjoy. But once them citruses start to die down, you start getting the salty water feel, and it's quite sweet at the same time. I really like it. It's really nice. It's really refreshing. I feel like I've smelt it before, but I can't put my finger on it what it is. But I do really enjoy it. It's really nice. So that's another thumbs up from me. So all three of those, I think they're cracking scents, really good scents. So on to the last two, and these are from the New Testament range, and I think these are perfumes. And the first one I was going to look at was Love. Now straight away this was too floral for me. Now it's very white floral. Now normally I like white florals. I quite like Lacoste's L12.12, which is the white version, but the florals in this are too much for me. I doubt it was aimed at men, but in this day and age anyone can wear anything. But I normally like white florals, but I just think they're too much. There's a bit of citrus in here as well, and there's a woody spiciness to it, but I just can't get past the florals. The wife does like it, so that's a massive plus, and I think a lot of the women that watch this would enjoy this scent. But another solid scent, but it's just not for me really. So on to the last one, and this is Faith, and this is the one that really got me interested in the company. I'd heard a lot of good things about this, and when I tried it, it was love at first sniff. So I really like the old Kouros and Ted Lapidus Pour On and Mandate and all these like frags from the 80s and 90s, which have got like a spiciness to them. This is just great. It reminds me of those, but without the animalic side which you got with some of those, especially like Kouros. And the citruses in this are absolutely gorgeous. I really enjoy the spices as well. But if I was going to describe it, I would say it is a Kouros type scent. But anybody that doesn't like Kouros, I wouldn't let that put you off, because they are different. And like I say, it doesn't have that animalic, which can put a lot of people off Kouros. But I really enjoy this one, and I think I'm going to pick a bottle of this one up. So all of these samples came in a lovely little bag as well. Forgot to mention that to begin with. How nice is that? Lovely presentation. So anybody that's interested in any of these, I'm not sure if she's sending samples out, but it'd be worth getting in touch with her. But for the price point that they're on, I think most of them are going for about £30. But on a site at the moment, she has an autumn discount. I think it's autumn 25. So if you put that in there, you get 25% off. So you're talking about £22–23 for each of these fragrances, which I think is an absolute bargain. I really do. Performance, I would say that the two perfumes last a bit longer, but I would say for all of them it's probably average longevity and average projection. But I think it's great value for money, I really do. And I think Tessa, you've done an absolutely fabulous job, and I'm looking forward to trying some more of yours. So get creating, get some more out there. Have you tried any of these from Tessa Williams? I think it's a great concept. I think it's a great idea that she's done, and I really enjoy them. So let me know in the comments below if you've tried any of these, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all soon. Stay fragrant, not vagrant.